in operation.
Yep, it's not very efficient. There's actually a post that was done a long time ago, almost like beta time, that actually documented the various configurations of workers on gas.
Really?
Yep.
I did not see that. But look at this. Life is doing something we see him do a lot, and that is siege the main base with units just outside of it and elevatoring up Marines over here. We saw him do this a lot in the TVTs against Raigeki. But here we go. He's going to move in, do a lot of this. But he's got to be careful with that Viking. That Viking is very, very dangerous. Especially to this medevac. If that Viking snipes that medevac, these are 8 free Marines for Blur to take out.
Ooh, the siege tank actually takes down the
Oh,
tech lab on the factory, which means he's really going to slow down that tank production.
that is huge. But look at this. Blur is now sieging up a tank, and he's going to be able to start attacking those Marines if he gets vision. Kind of needs vision. Starlife's tanks are outside of the range of these siege tanks. So, but there we go. Starlife is gonna go ahead and save the
Oh,
oh my God, he's
another
just
medevac goes down with Marines inside of it.
yeah. 3 Marines do go down for free. With the food count for a second is dead even 109 108. Very very tight game. Starlife does have an incredible macro, but so does Blur.
Yep, very, very even right now. 6 siege tanks, 4 blurs, 7 for still life. Um,
Yeah. But look at this. Blur's getting command center while
both
Starlife
barracks
is
expanding.
Star. I thought there's building 3 barracks, but there's a command center and 2 barracks. Oh no, it's a barracks in the factory. I'm just wrong. Ugh.
Right now, still life does have control of that watchtower area. That is a very, very powerful position. If he can hold both sides, he'll actually be able to expand to the gold, and that will give him a very strong edge.
Yeah, and
Looks like he's going to retreat from there.
yeah, definitely. But it's kind of funny to see that both these players at the same time throw up sensor towers in the exact same spot of their bases.
Yep, perfect Venn diagram going down here on the bottom left.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is just a bad area to be in. It's actually a really cool area to look at. The buildings down there look awesome. I've never actually paid attention to them before.
Yeah, you can zoom in on some of the billboards and some of the electric signs. It's pretty cool.
That is cool, but I'm playing on low graphics, so I can't exactly see the intricacies.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, but look at that. That actually is really cool. You can still see the movement on that screen. That's so cool. And there's a 3D martini glass on that bar.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna actually go back to the game. I gotta stop getting distracted. Blur does have 3 minute X out with almost full energy. That's actually really a key aspect to look at. The fact that he can now basically endlessly stim as opposed to Starlife, who does not exactly have many medevacs as they keep getting sniped. Both players do have their third coming up and starting to mine. Starlife not transferring SCVs though. Just to say that he transfers SCVs. Come
And
on.
one of the differences here is that Life is getting an orbital command, while Blur is getting a planetary fortress at that top position.
Yeah.
So Life's going to have a slight mineral advantage because of the extra mules and the extra scans, which may definitely come into play later in the game. But I actually think that both of these, or one of these players, should have at least taken the gold. I think Life has enough positional advantage here to take that gold, but we'll see when these players try to get their force. We're probably going to see a long macro game. Um, and that is good or bad depending on how you like PvT.
Yes, yes, yes. It's also going to be very cool to see this because this is actually very reminiscent of one of the TVTs that Solid did against Raigeki. Raigeki did the exact same thing by getting a planetary fortress at this third, and Stalev just sieged up and destroyed the planetary fortress with siege tanks.
Ooh, Slep actually getting a fourth here at the top right-hand position
Ooh,
at the 3 o'clock main.
I like this.
And
And
also doing a push on the top right now. There are 2 siege tanks there, so he needs to be very careful.
oh, he's sieging up, going to be getting hit by those siege tanks, but he's going to take down that missile turret, which is giving the vision. He's going to be able to take down that siege tank, and
Oh man.
oh, that's so good. Stalin could actually inch up with a few of his tanks right now in order to start hitting the planetary fortress, forcing Blur to make a move on the attacking forces. But Stalev is instead moving through
Moving
with
in with these Stim Marines, going to be able to pick up a lot of SCVs here probably, at least stop all of them from mining. Yep, Blur forced to pull all of his SCVs from that mineral patch.
but oh,
And
look at
here he
that.
goes, Stimming Marines into this siege tank. A little bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, I think he thought that tank was alone and wanted to try and snipe it, but now Starlife is gonna do a lot. And Blur tried to actually drop on top of those tanks, but that did not go well. But oh, never mind. Blur's gonna do another drop. But if he's gonna lose any of those medevacs that are loaded,
Oh
this would be
man.
terrible. But oh, Star Life. Oh, Star Life. Oh, Star Life. Oh, Star Life.
Life does get cleaned up there. Looking at the units lost tab, actually pretty even, but Slife now behind about 400 resources. And Blur looking to do a counterattack here. And Slife actually canceled that fourth base at the 3 o'clock, I think.
It does seem so, unless that was dropped by that medevac that was trying to flank on Starlife's attacking forces. But interestingly enough, Starlife is ahead in the food count. He has 10 or 15. He's got almost a 20 food lead over Blur. Blur also has a ton of supply depots. Blur is actually has max capacity right now with his supply depots.
Yep, one of the main things is, though,
Engagement,
was down in tanks. Still is down in tanks, 9-7.
but Blur
Although,
is losing all of his tanks.
Oh man, just a
Oh
bad
my
engagement.
god.
This is how you lose TBT when you have an advantage, is you tack into a siege tank line, and right now, Life is immediately back in this game.
That is really something that separates Starlife from everybody else. Is Starlife's ability to just keep his tanks alive and just take advantage of a Terran who just mispositions himself slightly, sieges a little too late. I've seen Starlife TBT many times, and he is so good at it. It is insane.
So you do have Blur throwing up before the expansion, finishing up the command center, but Life already has his completed and morphing to an orbital command. Gonna have to see where he decides to put that, though. There it goes, lifting off, and let's see where it is rallied. It is rallied to the natural at 3 o'clock. An engagement going on there as well. Life seeding up just in time, able to hold off that push, actually killing off a couple more siege tanks with these Marines. They are closing the distance and getting a nice spread. So all these tanks do go down.
Yeah, but look at this. Blur has 7 medevacs that are worthless. That is so bad. And Starlife is now his 80 food lead. Oh my god. Blur is behind and just keeps getting farther and farther behind. He had a bunch of idle...
30 SCVs behind right now.
Oh
it is
my
48 harvesters compared to 78.
Yeah, and Starlife is actually taking down a... No, he's not going to take down a tank. But he is going to end up... Oh my god, this Banshee's such a star. That is cool to see. And Starlife has 4 bases now. Blur does have his 4th command center completed. He will be able to bring it down on top of Starlife's Marine. I really think that if you land a command center on top of a Marine, the Marine should die. But
And here we go, Life sieging up at that top base here, the 3rd base for Blur.
yeah.
Looks like he's going to take down this planetary fortress, and even doing a lot of damage to that 4th command center that Blur built.
It does get repaired by those SCVs, but the planetary fortress does fall. Blur is now pushing in with mules and siege tanks. That is not a good attacking force, and Blur GG's.
Well played game there by Life. Able to secure it with like full base saturation ahead of his opponent. And that'll win you any kind of game.